All right, here's the news from The Athletic. Frank Vogel narrowly avoided being fired in the wake of the 37-point loss in Denver on Saturday, sources tell Sam Amick and Bill Oram. It's unclear how much Monday's win over the Jazz relieved the pressure that surrounds him. If they lost to Utah, does Frank Vogel lose his job? Is it a game-by-game? If it's a game-by-game situation, then fire him. Like, be fair to him. If the Jazz somehow go on a 8-0 run and they end up winning that game, then Frank Vogel loses his job? I mean, just fire him. But that's according to The Athletic that he was coaching for his job last night. Or Monday night, yeah. Did he forget how to coach? Like, seemed to be doing a pretty good job here. He's the reason why they're a 500 team? He is?
What if they lose to the Pacers tomorrow night? Is he back on the game-to-game basis? Or
is that a home game against the Pacers? Yeah, Paulie?
Yeah, the Lakers' last 3 games, they lost to Memphis, they lost to the Kings, and they got smoked by the Nuggets. Yeah. And the day after, a couple hours after, LeBron actually posted an apology for that game. I'm not big on athletes apologizing, unless you weren't trying. Or don't apologize.
Yeah, apologize to Frank Vogel when he gets fired. Hey, sorry, we let you down.
Lakers home against the Pacers, then they go on the road, a long road trip. Orlando, Miami, Brooklyn, Philly, Charlotte, Atlanta. Yikes.
You know, that talk of James Harden going to Philadelphia is resurfacing. It's been lingering there a long time because Daryl Morey had James in Houston, and now that he's the GM in Philadelphia. And, you know, will the Nets take Ben Simmons? That's, you got to get a swap here with salaries, and it just feels like that is still lingering there, that somehow the 76ers could get James Harden and Ben Simmons. If Ben Simmons doesn't get traded, Ben Simmons doesn't play the rest of the year. He would take the entire year off. Yeah, Paul.
I don't want to be mean-spirited here, but would you like to play the Frank Vogel game?
What's the Frank Vogel game? Well, sounds like we're playing the Frank Vogel game.
No offense.
Of course.
He makes more than me. He's doing fine. The Los Angeles Lakers play at the Brooklyn Nets 1 week from today.
Oh, are you going to will he be the coach or not?
Will he be the coach? No. January 25th. National TV, TNT, Lakers at Nets. We don't know who's playing in that game, believe me. But we don't. Who's coaching?
Remember Jason Kidd was the coach in waiting? That they hired him, and we thought, well, it's a matter of, Jason Kidd's in Dallas. So that's not going to happen. Who's on the staff there that they could promote? They got a couple of assistant coaches who have head coaching experience.
Luke Walton's available.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out.
Frank Vogel. Oh, this is, no offense. Nothing against Frank Vogel. We like him. He's been on the show. He's a good guy. We do not want to get fired. David Fizdale's assistant coach.
Oh, Fizzinator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miles Simon is up on the squad.
I talked to Doug Gottlieb about Miles, and he said Miles is going to be a head coach one day in the NBA. And I always go back to that national title game when Arizona won the national title. And he wouldn't do an interview with me after the game because he said the media didn't think we could win the national championship. And I remember going to Lute Olson, his coach, and I said, Miles he thinks that I represent the media and that, we didn't think Arizona could win. And he goes, he's not talking to you? I go, no. And then he goes, I'll talk to him. And Miles never did the interview with me after the game. But I always found that curious that it was like, you didn't pick us. And I go, my job is not to pick. I'm trying to avoid playing the Frank Vogel game.
It's mean-spirited. We don't want anyone to get fired.
Do you fire somebody on the road or do you fire somebody at home? Well, no, I'm being serious. Like, if you don't want Frank Vogel to be your coach, if he could have lost his job last night, then fire him. Yes,
Is it a fired on the plane ride home situation?
Would you rather be fired in Orlando, Miami, or Brooklyn socially? Like you can go out.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Miami?
I'd rather get fired in Miami.
Orlando, you can have the kids come, pick off a couple Disney days, get those park hopper passes.
Yeah. Yes, Todd.
Depending on how you may take the news, fire a coach at home. He can go home to his family and they can be upset together. You don't do it. He's got to first fly with this on his head that he lost his job. What is he going to tell the wife on a cross-country flight, especially if you're after the Nets game? Just wait. The least you could do is do it at home so he can just be in his own bed and deal with the fact that he's no longer the coach.
Thank you, Todd.
Back to you in the studio.
Well, I think if you're going to do it, fire him before the road trip. That's all. Just if you're at that point, then fire him. I mean, then everybody is going to be asking him questions every stop. Hey, are you coaching for your job? Do you feel like you're coaching for your job? Why are you coaching for your job? Every stop, that's not fair to him. Not fair. Yeah, Paul.
If you're Rob Pelinka, the GM, you're getting on the team bus to go to the plane to go to Orlando.
Oh, no, I know it.
Raise your hand if you're heading to Orlando with the team. Not so fast, Coach.
Frank, no.
You don't make a bid out of it.
Oh.
You're not saying I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I like Frank Vogel. He seems like a nice guy.
No, I thought that he didn't get enough credit when they won. Now he's going to get more blame because they're not winning. Yeah, Paul.
I once sat next to a fired head coach. I think I've told you this before. It was the NCAA tournament years ago. Remember John Calipari was fired by the New Jersey Nets?
Yeah.
He got fired that morning, and he went in to clean out his office, and there were games at the Continental Center, whatever, the Meadowlands Arena.
Yeah.
I ended up sitting next to him and a couple other guys, and he just got fired, and everyone's like, what are you doing here? I was cleaning out my office. I saw there was games going on. He went and watched the games. He had his meal money. Like, he had a couple $1,000s worth of meal money. They gave him cash.
Yeah.
And he starts spending it, buying stuff like from the vendors and giving out to people in the stands. It was weird. John Calipari had just been fired.
And you wonder what could have happened if John Calipari drafted Kobe Bryant. Because didn't they take Kerry Kittles? And you know, and the story was that Kobe was not going to go, he didn't want to play there. And maybe he wouldn't have, or you know, they would have had to trade his rights. But or if Rick Pitino had gotten Tim Duncan, like how careers would have changed. I mean, if Calipari gets Kobe with the Nets instead of Kerry Kittles, or Pitino gets Tim Duncan, the impact that would have on everybody's career, amazing.